With Tulip finally in tow and a few more supplies, we finally started out on the Gemclover Road. But that didn't last long after Tulip said she wanted to see the castle. Nemmy and Alessandra weren't giving an answer, as usual, so I took the lead and back to Foundall we went. Had to sneak past the guards, but we made it inside and got to show Tulip the castle. All was fine until she left my side and got close to the guards. Alessandra played it off that I'd lost my memories after retrieving the ring for the king. Had me acting like I'd lost all my mental faculties just so we weren't suspected. I don't know why I'm always the ones getting dragged into these situations, but they let us go, and we got another room at the Rosewood Inn for the night. Of course, Alessandra can't keep her mouth shut. Every other word she speaks is another nail in the coffin in my book. But Tulip fell asleep pretty fast, and tomorrow's a new day. They can't all be that strenuous.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Maidens of Mayhem podcast. We are a D&D heavy, more on the role-playing podcast. My name is Gabby, I will be your DM. My little fun fact about me today, I don't really have one. I have little ghosts on my face today, and that's about the only interesting thing that's happened in the past, couple weeks since we last recorded. Who wants to take it away?
My name is Morgan. I play Vesper Aurvandall, human cleric of Twilight. Her deity is Celestian. If we're doing a quick overview of looks and stuff like that, since new episode still, she's about 6'2"-ish, 6'3"-ish, I believe. Blonde hair with white streaks. A little moody, maybe a little mean, but for pretty good reasons usually. She's just kind of out there doing her thing. Really just in it for the knowledge of other society. So meeting satyrs was definitely something new for her. That's Vesper.
And what does she think of satyrs so far? I'm just curious.
She's not a very judgy, so like she doesn't think badly of them, but it's definitely new to her to be drinking on just like a Tuesday day and like not have a lot of things to do. She comes from like working class, so like that's weird to her.
They're party people.
But to each their own.
That's fair. Let's go to Mikhayla next.
Alright, hi guys. My name is Mikhayla and I'm going to be playing Nemmy, Nemesis. She is a tiefling ranger. She's pretty much your classic tiefling. Her skin is a lighter violet. She is 28 years old and she is definitely a loner. She carries around a companion named Waffles. He is a guinea pig and those guys are best friends and that's all Nemmy really has. So she is definitely excited to be traveling with the group. So it's a little bit about Nemmy.
Right, and then lastly, Molly.
Hey guys, I'm Molly. I'm playing Alessandra. Alessandra is a Dompier, which is a half human, half vampire hybrid. She stands at about 6 foot even. She has fangs, of course, but she doesn't eat people, much to what Vesper wants to believe. She has 2 different colored eyes. One of them's red and the other's violet. And her hair is about shoulder length. It's a very deep black color, almost like pitch. And her skin is very pale. And she is a follower of a splinter faction of the Blood Sisters because, let's be honest, the real Blood Sisters are pretty damn intense.
And then I figured I should probably do a little bit of a physical description of Tulip before we get really into it, because I don't think I gave much of a description other than she's a satyr and she has red hair for you guys. So Tulip stands at about 5 foot even. She wears her curly red hair short. It just reaches her chin. Her eyes are green, bright, and round, and her cheeks are freckled. Her horns are shorter, just beginning to curl. She dresses in a white cropped shirt that's like crosses in her front and sage green skirts that her furry legs can stick out of. It's got like the slits in them. And that's pretty much what she looks like. And then obviously the mark of the cloven hoof print is able to stick out, or peek out, I guess I should say, from her shirt. And then with that, we are in the morning. The next morning from where we left off, you guys are still in your room at the Rosewood Inn. I believe that Alessandra was basically just kind of propped up against the wall, like half asleep, wasn't she?
She was wide awake.
Wide awake? So did she even take her rest then?
She did, because we took shifts to watch. It was me first,
yeah.
then Vesper, then Nemmy.
Okay, so during your guys' shifts then, I completely forgot about that. Nothing happened, like Tulip slept through the night, so everyone gets their full rest. Not that anything happened, but you know, what do you guys do when you're all first up?
I'm just going to look at Vesper and say, think you can do that whole invisibility thing again?
Yep, I will tap her again and turn her invisible.
You watch as Tulip vanishes from your very eye. She just kind of follows suit as if like what you guys did before is what she's supposed to do again, so she just grabs onto Vesper's belt.
Yes. That is exactly what I want her to do.
She's just accepted that her life is being invisible and clinging to Vesper like a child.
For now, just for now.
Just for now.
Look at everybody. Are we ready?
Alice, I'm just gonna nod.
Emmy's gonna get out of bed and grab waffles, put waffles into her bag, and then she's gonna stand up and say, "Yep, we're ready."
Okay. We hit the road. Hit the dusty trail.
All right, so then you guys exit your room, go down the stairs, leave the Rosewood Inn behind. You're on the street of the Kingdom of Foundall in the city. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do before you left the city, or are you pretty much wanting to leave?
Alessandra's gonna say, go ahead, I need to get a crossbow.
Okay, I am gonna leave at least the city.
Before you make that decision, can you roll an intelligence check for me?
Me?
Yes, you.
Me? I don't make
You.
smart characters. I hope you realize this. None of my characters are smart.
Okay, we'll see if she's smart enough for this.
That 20?
Yeah, you see my hands, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will send you a picture.
Okay.
I have my hands up. I
You're
swear
really
to God.
burning through
I
these nat
swear to
20s.
God.
I see the natty 20. Okay. So when Alessandra says that she wants to go grab a crossbow real quick, you recall the store that you guys went to before you went on your troll mission, and there being potions and stuff, and the lady that runs it seemed to make them herself, and that might be a good place to figure out what that suspicious potion that you've been carrying around is.
Don't make me choose.
Nemmy could also take Tulip.
Do I give Nemmy Tulip though?
No!
Aw.
God,
Nemmy
no!
can handle it.
Please, no!
I will roll a d20. Over 10. I guess 10 or over, right? Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
11 or over. I will just take Tulip myself. Below, we will let Nemmy take her. Tulip is coming with. That is a 14.
Okay.
As we're walking, just like casually talking, I just say, you're gonna stay close to us, okay? You're not gonna go anywhere else because it is very important you stay with us. To Tulip. But like not to Tulip, you know?
Sandra's
Yeah.
gonna nod like Vesper's talking to her.
The two of you roll deception checks.
Deception checks?
Yes. Because you're walking in the street in broad daylight
Okay.
and there's people looking
Yeah.
at you, you know? There's guards around.
15.
I'm not being loud.
5
Fine.
and a 15.
So the way that you're talking, it's very clear that you're not looking in the way that Alessandra is. So it looks like you're just talking to air and Alessandra's still trying to cover it up. So you're definitely noticing some guards are looking at you guys suspiciously, but no one addresses it or comes up to you or anything yet.
Just keep walking. Don't.
And then Nemmy, are you just tagging along and gonna go to the shops with them, or what did you want to do?
And Nemmy's most definitely tagging along.
Okay.
She is not going to be left alone outside.
That's fair. Okay, so you guys go to the Foundallian Wares and Wonders shop. This is the store that you guys went to before. It's one of the first shops in the town. The small wooden building stands out. It clearly is not uniform in style, and with round windows and a thatch roof, a swinging sign in chipped paint indicates that this is the Foundallian Wares and Wonders shop. So you guys go in, and you see a familiar face, Gideon Watercress, the shop owner. She is a older lady that's got like her hair very tightly in a bun. Her hair is gray. She's got like jowls and she wears like a cute little old lady like pastel purple top, if that makes sense, with a graying apron. And she's just like waddling around, like placing stuff around. And as you're looking around, you realize that her store is very disorganized. There's no system, you don't think, because there's just like potions everywhere, like all the shelves. It's very like clutter core. And when you walk in, she turns around and she says like, oh, you're back. Oh, hello, darlings. What can I do for you?
I'm just gonna say, I'm in need of a crossbow. Do you have any?
She looks around real quick at all the walls and she says, I don't personally sell them. I sell the bolts for them, but I can send you over to the blacksmith because I'm pretty sure that darling gal over there has one.
So I'm just gonna kind of look at Vesper and raise her eyebrows. Are you okay if I go?
Yeah. Nemmy's here with me, so we're all good.
Right. She's gonna turn around, walk out, and head over towards the blacksmith.
We'll stay here first and then we'll follow you over to the blacksmith.
Nemmy's just looking around. She doesn't necessarily think she needs anything.
Excuse me, miss. I did have, well, I guess I should ask, do you, identify potions here by any chance?
Gideon says, oh yes, but I do have a fee. I can cast the identify spell for 100 gold pieces.
Whoa.
I have lots of spells I can cast at different rates. That one's just a little pricier.
Would I be able to maybe barter with you a little bit? And I'll pull out the spell scroll that we also got.
Which spell scroll is that?
The first level long strider, because I gave the one to Nemmy.
She takes it from me and she like looks it over and she's like, I'd be willing to do an even exchange for this if you're willing to give this up.
It's no use to me or any of my companions, so if it could help identify this potion, and I'll pull the potion out as well, the red potion, and put it on.
Re-roll the scroll back up and you see her like put it in like this big glass jar of a bunch of different scrolls inside of it. There's no organization to it at all, like there's no labels to it, but you
Love
see there's
it.
several jars of just scrolls and you assume they're probably all spells, and she just throws it right in there and she'll take the jar from you and she examines it. The red liquid sloshes back and forth and you see her cast some sort of white light into it. Must be the identify spell. And when she gets done looking at it and the light fades away, she says, well, this is a nasty little bugger. Where did you find this?
Just off someone.
Oh, that's fine, sweetie. I don't need all the details. It's just this is a very scary potion. I'm sure you can tell that this looks like a potion of healing, but this is a potion of poison that was disguised to look like something beneficial. And then basically a potion of poison does 3d6 poison to anyone who drinks it, and the target must make a DC 13 con saving throw, or you'll take 3d6 poison damage each turn. You get to make another save at the end of each turn, but that save, if you succeed, only reduces the damage by 1d6. The poison can only stop when the damage is reduced to 0, either the damage die or your HP is. So it's a really nasty potion that would hurt someone if they didn't, figure out something was wrong with it before drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
So Gideon will hand you the potion back. Says, you be careful with that, dearie.
I definitely will be careful with it. Thank you so much for actually being able to tell me what it is, though. I was carrying it for a while and knew it wasn't right, but couldn't figure out what was wrong.
Nemmy didn't hear a word of that, so she's off in her own.
I like look over for Nemmy.
Nemmy's browsing.
Yeah, she's browsing, and at this point, Waffles is on top of the glass in the store, like walking the cases, looking with her, sniffing around.
Is there anything that Nemmy's looking for or anything that might catch Nemmy's eye?
Nah. Oh no, he's not getting anything else. She's a very frugal tiefling. She lives in a tent.
That sounds fair.
Very frugal.
This is probably just very strange to her that there's so much clutter and things around then.
Oh yeah, she's definitely a minimalist.
Vesper, give me a perception check, please.
Oh my god, why do you make me do this stuff? She better still be on me.
She always does the perception checks.
22. God. I don't like that.
So, at some point while you were talking to Gideon, Tulip disappeared, but you immediately hear her because she's rummaging through some of the potions. Gideon hasn't seemed to notice, but there's some bottles just moving around on their own, and you immediately obviously know that that's Tulip.
I'm gonna just, I will be like, thank you again for identifying that. I might go check out your potions real quick and see if there's anything that we could use on this next journey. And I'll walk over and kind of act like I'm looking through.
Alright. As you walk away, Gideon just says, just let me know if you have any questions. I can identify anything. I'll tell you what's in there, what the properties are.
I'll just pull, I don't know. I'm gonna, Lord, I'm gonna go over there and like kind of nudge into Tulip and try and get her to like come back with me.
You hear like Tulip groan under her breath, so like there's like this weird groan, like I don't know if you try to cover up or whatever, but she just kind of goes, ah.
I click one really loud.
And she just, her hand goes back onto your belt and she follows you.
I mean, didn't see that at all.
I think we're okay for now. Nemmy, are you done looking?
No, I'm good. I'm ready to leave whenever you are.
I'll turn back to Gideon again and be like, thank you again. I hope to see you soon and maybe actually be able to purchase something.
Absolutely, it was always a pleasure.
And I will walk out and make sure Tulip is holding on to my belt.
Yep. Tulip follows you out, and with that, the camera will cut over to the blacksmiths. Alessandra, the blacksmith is kind of like in the same market area as it's basically like across the street. So when you walk up, you see that this building is simple and made of brick. Smoke seems to be perpetually billowing out of the chimney, and the sounds of metal clanking can be heard from quite a distance away. The only indicator of the business here is the brand on the door of a hammer and an anvil. And when you walk inside, you see a very attractive half-orc woman with big muscly arms wearing like a leather vest. She's just wailing on this sword, like forming its shape on an anvil when you walk in.
Alessandra's gonna clear her throat. Excuse me?
She looks up when you say that. She puts her sword back into the fire to let it heat up, and she moves these goggles that she had for protection her eye onto her forehead, and she walks over to the counter and says, "Yes, how may I help you?"
Alessandra's going to put her hand on the counter, and she's gonna look at the orc and say, "I'm in need of a crossbow, preferably a hand one."
She looks behind you and you see there's like an array of weapons on the wall, and she grabs a hand crossbow for you and she says, "That'll be 50 gold, please."
Alessandra's gonna nod, and she's gonna reach for her pouch, but then she's gonna stop, and she's gonna say, "Do you have bolts as well by any chance?"
"Yes, I do. I have 10 bolts for, they cost 1 gold for 10. And she'll grab a bundle of 10 and set it on the counter as well.
Alessandra's gonna nod and hand her 51 gold. She knows we have to get out of there. There's no time to haggle.
She takes your money and she nods. She says, "Come back if you ever need anything else." And she just puts her goggles back on and doesn't even wait for you to leave. She goes right back to forging this sword.
Alessandra's just gonna shrug and put her new crossbow in her bag, and she's gonna walk out and kind of like speed walk over to the over to the shop where she left her party.
And so as soon as you get back, as your encounter took a lot less time, as soon as you get back to the door, that's when they're leaving the shop.
She's going to say, "Just 1 second." She's gonna run in and she's gonna buy those crossbow bolts from the old woman.
Her crossbow bolts are in bundles of 10 for only 5 silver pieces.
Yep, she's gonna take some of those too.
Okay, so you get another bundle of 10, so 20 total, and she takes your 5 silver. So now that you guys are back together, do you guys just head out of town then?
Yes, we need to go now.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Oh.
go.
Okay.
And she's following. She's doing what you guys are doing. You guys are Vesper and Alessandra are definitely the leaders to Nemmy. She follows suit.
I'm just
Also,
gonna
she
kind
wants
of
to stay with the pack. So
I'm just gonna kind of like get real close up to like where Tulip is standing, just so like Tulip won't have a way to get out. She's not gonna like move her arms or anything. She's just gonna kind of sandwich her in. Just like don't go anywhere.
So how I imagine this is as you guys start to walk out of the, like, down the street towards, like, the gates of the kingdom, is Vesper and Alessandra are walking very close together with just barely enough room for Tulip to be between them, and then Nemmy's just walking behind them, so it's like in a triangle formation.
Yeah.
Down, Mr. President.
So you guys get to the gate, and you see that annoying guard is the one that's on duty again with Clara. They must have gotten the night shift and then the early morning shift, or maybe they haven't gone home yet. But those are the two there. Clara looks at you guys and says, "You going out now?"
Alessandra's just gonna kind of wave her crossbow, like, "Yep, I got what I came here for."
Clara nods and looks over to the annoying guard, who still doesn't have a name. He's just the annoying guard. And he lifts the gate for you guys, so you guys get to go out. You're back on the road, the Gemclover Road. Back in the
Hey,
Ivory
Vesper
Wood.
breathes for the first time, like, since entering back into Foundall.
I'm honestly surprised Gabby let us go. I was waiting
Honestly.
for somebody to have to do a perception check or something like that.
She's
We made it.
invisible, unless she was gonna be, like, super chaotic. Like, I wasn't gonna have anyone roll for anything. But she kind of learned her lesson when she, like, walked her, like, 2 feet away to look at some bottles to not leave Vesper.
You figure she learned the first time. No, Vesper has a memory problem.
So Vesper is not all there, apparently.
That is the worst combo. Like Vesper's psycho and always horny. So like.
What did you just say? Say that again. Say that again to my face.
Apparently she is. That's
Her
her.
psycho and her horniness. Is that what you just said?
That's what she said. That is what. She,
Oh my god.
Nemmy's on her list now too.
oh no. She's gonna
Anyway.
have all enemies.
Anyway.
Once you guys get a good distance away from the wall, Tulip does let go of your belt, even though she's still
Okay.
invisible.
That's okay.
But she assumes she doesn't have to
Yes.
hold on to you anymore, so she just lets go, and you can probably hear her hoof steps on the path as she's walking.
Oh, her little hoof steps.
Yeah.
Nemmy is gonna say, I really liked it in that kingdom back then. It's nice.
Alessandra's
Yeah.
she's gonna start laughing hysterically.
It's funny.
They probably would have killed us if they caught us.
Yeah, true. I didn't think of that.
And then you hear Tulip's disembodied voice say, "But the castle was really cool. I really liked it."
Yeah, it was.
Hey, and sometimes seeing cool things are worth putting your life in danger.
I guess so. If you like to live
Hmm.
your life that way, but that's definitely not my style.
I too like to live dangerously. Sorry, I just had to quote Austin Powers. My bad.
Does Alessandra
Vesper's just
say that,
gonna
or,
be quiet.
Vesper?
Does Alessandra say that?
Yeah.
Vesper's just the frazzled mom.
She really is just like trying to take 5 minutes to herself right now. Mommy just needs 5 minutes, sweetie.
She needs some mommy juice.
Pops a whole bottle of vodka.
I mean, you got plenty of travel, wine, and ale.
No, she's gonna stay sober. She's just gonna be quiet for a little bit.
Nemmy's just gonna continue walking behind everybody. She's kind of like last. Do we see Tulip or not?
Tulip's still invisible.
She's still invisible.
Yeah. She'll be invisible for a little while as you guys walk.
Yeah, Nemmy's gonna ask that. She's gonna say, "How long are we gonna be able to see Tulip? Vesper, do you know?"
How long we can't see her?
Yeah.
It takes about an hour to wear off. I don't know about how long has it been?
In about 20 minutes from the shopping and walking out of
well,
town.
Hold on. I think I might be able to drop it. Yeah, I'm gonna end concentration and drop it once we're a good distance away.
You could probably do that about now.
Okay. So I'll stop thinking about her being invisible and just.
And Tulip materializes in front of you guys. And she looks at her hand, she's like, "I can see myself again."
Oh, Tulip, you sweet summer child.
Very true. So Tulip just she's probably in the front, acting like she's leading you guys. So she skips ahead and she waits a little bit for you guys to catch up because you guys are probably just walking. And then she'll skip ahead a little bit and she waits again. But you guys walk for probably another good 30 minutes before you come to a river crossing. This river is full of smooth stones and rocks, allowing the clear water to gurgle and burble as it flows. And there is a wooden suspension bridge that allows you to cross it.
Oh, this is really nice. Where are we at?
Guess whoever has the map could probably answer that.
I think I had the map last.
Um,
I will open the map up.
We should see how far we are.
Is that the Windy Ripple River?
Yes.
I'll show them where we are, and that it is the Windy Ripple River. That's hard to say.
Oh.
Tulip is on the bridge, and she's leaning on the rope of the suspension bridge, looking over down into the water.
Tulip, I would be careful looking over the bridge.
Yeah, I'm being careful. I'm just looking into the water. It's really clear. Look, it's rushing really fast.
So I'm just gonna look and see how deep it is.
Give me a perception check to see if you can tell from where you are.
I think my perception is pretty darn good. Yeah, no, never mind. It's 14.
I mean, you think you could stand in it. You don't think you drown.
I'm 6 foot. Jesus Christ. She's gonna be very wary of Tulip leaning over, and she's gonna go, "I agree with Nemmy. Please be careful."
And she just says, it's just water. Why are you guys freaking out? And then she just backs away from the side, with her hands up, being very dramatic about it, and then walks to the other side of the bridge.
She's gonna let an audible sigh of relief,
And then she looks at you guys at the other side, and she's like, "Are you guys gonna cross the bridge? Because we gotta keep going south."
Is the bridge stable?
She made it across perfectly fine.
Yes, but she's smaller than us, is she not?
Yes, she's much smaller than everyone.
Yes. Is the bridge stable? I ask the question again.
Roll a perception check, Vesper.
Okay. 12.
Oh no.
I repeat, Tulip made it across just fine.
Vesper's going.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So Vesper, you
Volunteer.
start walking across the bridge. You hear the creaks and the little bit of swinging that happens on a suspension bridge, you know? You hear the rushing of the water beneath you, but you make it to the other side perfectly fine.
Didn't like that, but okay.
Yeah, that gave me anxiety.
Hello, I'm a dungeon master.
I go up to Tulip and I'll be like, it's probably just water, but we just want to make sure you're safe this whole journey, even if we're overprotective at some point.
She's gonna start heading across the bridge herself.
Same thing happens. You just hear some creaking, a little bit of swinging. The water sounds a lot louder when you get to like the middle of the bridge, but you get across just fine.
Alessandra's gonna go behind Nemmy.
There's a little bit more creaking when both of you are on it like at the same time, so when like she's towards the end and you're at the beginning, but you both make it across.
That was a nice bridge, but I don't want to go over that again.
So in response to Vesper, when you say we're just going to be a little overprotective of you sometimes, Tulip just kind of like looks at you for a second after you say that, and then the other two get across the bridge and she says, okay. And she turns away from you and starts walking again.
Attitude, young lady.
Just kind of narrow my eyes a little bit after her, but not dig too deep and follow her.
So you guys continue down the Gemclover Road for quite a while. Could everyone please give me perception checks?
No. Never mind, nat 20 bitches.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Plus the
that's not
1,
too
so
bad.
it's 21.
Well, since I
16.
We've had so many nat 20s in these first few episodes. I'm just like, they're gonna expect great things from us, and it's all gonna go
No.
downhill eventually. Okay, so we got a nat 20. What did you guys get?
16.
11.
Nemmy again being MVP.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh god, why am I this player of the group every campaign?
It's okay.
The low roller.
Nemmy's gonna have her day. She really will.
Mhm.
I believe it.
So everyone but Nemmy sees a floating little flickering golden light. And when Tulip, Alessandra, and Vesper notice this little ball of light, you hear it speak in a different language. Do either of you two speak Sylvan?
Nope.
So only Tulip understands. So basically you just hear
Oh
its
no.
beautiful like melodic voice come from it that almost also sounds like it's like singing like to make wind blow. I'm saying in our world that's what Sylvan sounds like. And as soon as it speaks and like kind of bobs like from the tree line of the road, Tulip just runs towards it and it leads her somewhere.
Take off under and start going, Tulip! Tulip, stop!
So Nemmy,
And
that's the
does
first thing
Nemmy
you,
hear?
yeah, that's the first thing you notice
Yeah.
is that Alessandra runs after Tulip.
I am going to.
So since Vesper and Alessandra ran off, Nemmy's gonna run and follow them.
So the three of you run into the trees of the ivory wood. I'd say Nemmy, probably at this point you see the floating light that's leading Tulip. I mean, it's talking in this voice still again and again, and it seems to be saying the same thing, but unless Nemmy, do you speak Sylvan?
No.
Okay, the only one who knows what it's saying is Tulip.
If you give me a day, I can learn basic phrases.
Well, you don't have a day. This is the moment,
No, I
Vesper.
probably know hello in Sylvan, and that's it.
Nemmy was gonna yell, what is that? When she sees that light.
Any one of you could roll,
I was gonna say, do
I'd
we have
say
any idea what it
history.
might be?
History to see if you've either read about it or encountered one of these things before.
Maybe. Maybe, actually.
I got a 5.
Yeah! 16.
14.
You can determine for yourselves how you know what this thing is, but you two, not Alessandra this time, you know that this is known as a will-o-wisp.
Oh!
Will-o-wisp.
Yes.
Do we know the associated folklore of will-o-wisps? Or no,
I
we
would
just
say
know what they
probably
are.
a little bit. You would know that these are a tiny undead creature. They usually show up at the sites of death, and they tend to lure people into traps that they will die at so that they can feed off of their life essence.
Tulip? Tulip, remember what I said before?
As you realize this, Vesper and Nemmy,
Oh
and you start to
no!
call out,
Oh no!
well, they didn't get a very good surprise round in, but you suddenly are lurched at by 3 giant spiders.
No,
I don't think I
not
need to put a picture of
spiders.
that. They are giant, huge spiders that, like what Hagrid had in Harry Potter.
Great.
And they all rolled
Yeah.
really low, so no one gets hit. But roll for initiative, please.
Oh my goodness. No!
14. Wait, before we fight some spooters, how many trees are around us? Like, is it straight up like forbidden forest? Like you can barely see the sunlight.
You are in a forest right now.
Okay, good. No sun means no problems for Alessandra.
Okay, did anyone get a 15 to 20?
No.
Okay. Did anyone get a 10 to 15?
Me.
14.
14.
You both got 14?
Oh,
Who has the
nice.
higher dex
Oh,
score?
cool, yeah.
Or dex modifier?
My dex is +0, so my guess is Nemmy.
Yeah, my dex is +2.
Okay, so Nemmy will go first out of you two. 5 to 10?
5.
Oh.
Alright, Vesper,
Uh-huh.
bringing up the rear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me finish setting this up. Okay, so the first to go are the giant spiders.
Great.
One launches at Tulip and tries to bite her, but it misses. And then one's gonna launch at Alessandra and one's gonna go at Vesper. Well, that one on Alessandra definitely missing because with crit fail, these are terrible fighting spiders. They're probably very skinny and have not eaten for days because they are greatly failing. And I'm gonna assume that this one doesn't fit. Yeah, it doesn't even get double digits. So they both miss. But as they attack, the one on Tulip, you guys realize has a big sack of eggs on its back.
Ah.
But that will take us to Tulip. She takes out her hand axe that you guys didn't realize she had because she had it like tucked into her skirt, and she's going to slash at the spider that attacked her, and that's going to be not enough to hit. So Nemmy, you're at the back of this battle. Nothing's attacked you yet.
Nemmy is gonna take her bow and shoot at the one spider in the middle.
That's the one on Tulip.
Okay, yes. April. Nat 20.
Alright, so you crit. So you pull your bow, the arrow goes into like the center of its head. Go ahead and roll your damage. You'll double the number on the dice, then add the modifier.
3.
3 total, or is that
Oh,
after?
you said double it.
Yeah, you double the
6
number.
then.
Okay, yeah, 6. And then do you have
Okay.
a modifier that you add to it for the damage?
Just straight.
Okay. Alright, so 6 hit points to that spider. And then that will take us to Alessandra.
She's gonna think to herself, I wonder if that egg sac is flammable. And she's going to well, first she does think that to herself. And then the next thing she's gonna do is she's gonna draw her rapier and she is going to aim for the spider that's closest to her and just kind of like try to lop off its head.
Make your attack roll.
18.
18 will hit. So roll your damage and we'll see what happens.
That's 7.
So you're able to get your rapier like a decent chunk into like the neck, but you don't decapitate the spider on this round.
Since I have 2-weapon fighting as my bonus action, I'm going to take my dagger and just fucking go for it and turn it into a unicorn spider.
Okay, go ahead.
19.
Yep, you do exactly that, but how much damage do you do?
Okay, what are my daggers? My dagger, D4 plus 2 kind of sucks. 8.
8, that's decent though for a dagger. So you really start to stab into this giant spider's head, and it's like reeling back from you, but can't get away because you've basically kind of got it in your grip, but it's still standing. That will take us to the Will-O-Wisp.
Oh god, we had to fight this thing too.
So it is going to go towards Nemmy, and it's going to try to shock her. Ooh, that is a 19 to hit Nemmy.
Yeah.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. That sounded like a creaky door opening.
Sorry.
So Nemmy, you are going to take 10 lightning damage from this
Oof.
Will-O-Wisp. And that will take us to Vesper.
Nemmy, you good over there? After seeing her get freaking
Does she
chest
yell that
oil
at
over
her?
her or whatever.
She asks if she's okay.
Yeah, you good?
Nemmy is gonna be like grabbing her arms and her legs because she just got shocked, so she can't feel them. And she's gonna yell, say, I can't feel my legs or my arms, but I think I'm okay.
Okay.
All right, Vesper, what do you do?
I am going to channel divinity and use my Twilight Sanctuary. So everybody within a 30-foot radius can either get 1d temporary hit points that has to be rerolled every turn, or end the effect of being charmed or frightened for the next minute. And then I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and I get a hit with that, so I'm going to go hit the one that's on Nemmy.
You're gonna hit the Will-O-Wisp on Nemmy?
Yeah.
Does it just float over there to her, or do you have to run up? Because there is a giant spider on you that'll get an
No,
attack of
it
opportunity.
just floats over.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Ooh, spicy. 25.
All right, a 25 will hit.
Okay, I'm glad. Okay, so that'll be spicy. 12 points of damage.
What type of damage does that do?
Radiant. Or no,
Radiant.
force damage.
Force damage? Okay. All right. When your spiritual weapon, which it's a mace, isn't it?
I believe so. I believe it's
Ethereal looking mace whacks into this tiny light, and you see it flicker out for a second, but it's still there. And it still
God.
glows when your spiritual weapon lifts away. That will take us back to the giant spiders. The one on Vesper. Oh wait, it got a nat 20.
Ooh.
Oh,
So obviously you're probably
dang.
concentrating on your spell, and then it got the best of you. So let's see.
I'm glad I rolled great temporary hit points though.
You're going to take 8 piercing damage, and I need
Okay.
you to make a con saving throw, please.
Yep.
No, they're venomous, aren't they?
Okay, that was good. 18.
18, you pass, so nothing happens. Alright,
Big
the one
Celestian.
on Alessandra only got a 9, so that misses. The one on
God bless.
Tulip got a dirty 20.
Oh god, no.
I swear to God. We lose her in the second.
She is going to take a decent amount of damage. She has to make her con saving throw.
Oh.
What is her constitution saving throw score? She passes. Nothing seems to visibly happen to her. And that's it for the giant spiders. That will take us to Tulip, who is going to look very angry. She scrunches up her nose because she got hit by the spider, and she whacks it again with her hand axe. She is going to think she's going to hit this time. She hits.
Yeah, Tulip. You're doing great, sweetie.
She did max damage.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Nemmy, it is your turn.
After Nemmy is done holding her legs and her arms until she gets some sort of feeling back, she gets up and she adjusts her bag with waffles in it, opens it to make sure that he didn't get hit, assuming he didn't. So
He's probably got a lot of static electricity, so he's probably a big poof ball in your bag.
yeah, probably.
Love it.
There's food in there, it's all burnt. No. Around and see who's doing what.
Your friends each fighting a giant spider, and then the Will-O-Wisp is still right next to you.
I'm gonna run towards the spiders to get away from the Will-O-Wisp.
You will get an attack of opportunity, or it will get an attack of opportunity on you if you do that.
Oh no, I'm not gonna risk it. I will just attack the Will-O-Wisp, I guess, because she's gonna take the bow.
Point blank shoot at it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Also, as she's rolling for that, if Tulip's within 30 feet of me, she can get temporary hit points.
Oh, I forgot about that. How much is
So
it?
it's 1d8. And it has to be re-rolled. It doesn't stack. It's re-rolled every turn if you want.
Got it.
Or you can decide not to. It's up to you.
16 to hit.
16 will not hit. So your arrow flies right past it. It swooshes out of the way, bobbing and weaving little light.
She is gonna look really concerned, and she's gonna look at Vesper and she's gonna say, I don't know how we're gonna kill this thing. Any ideas?
You got me. I guess I'll keep hitting it.
And that will take us to Alessandra.
When we saw the wisp, did it look incorporeal? Did it look kind of solid, or was it kind of transparent? Or
It just looks like Tinkerbell fairy light. It looks just like a little glowing ball of yellow light.
Alright, so Alessandra's going to say, well, first she's gonna notch her crossbow. She's had it knocked for a minute since she got it, pretty much, because she wants to play with her new toy. She is going to rip part of her shirt off, and she is going to tie it around the bolt. She's going to light it on fire, and then she's going to take her cask of, like, one of her oil flasks, and she's going to kind of, like, yeet it towards the spider that's attacking Tulip. She's going to scream, "Tulip, get out of the way," and she's going to fire the flaming crossbow at the cask of oil when it is above the spider.
Right, so first roll to see if you get cask of oil near the spider to make sure you don't like overshoot or undershoot or anything like that.
I'm not even fucking kidding. Nat 20.
Oh!
Alright, so you have this perfect opportunity as long as you hit your oil. It is right
Okay.
above the spider.
All right, let's go. 18. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Alright, I'm gonna say that's enough. God, how are we gonna do damage for this?
Burning damage.
Burning damage, yeah. So the explosion goes off above the spider and like fire and rains down on it. Go ahead and roll 2d6 fire damage.
6 and 7.
So that is what, 13 total? Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that explosion, that spider dies, but as it dies in this horrible, like, screeching, like, flame death, the babies pop, and there's this swarm of babies go out, and they're all on fire, so you don't think they have long to live, but there's this swarm of babies, of spider babies.
I think that's worse. That you
But
just released
But they're on
little
fire. They're on fire.
fire spider babies into the forest.
She said fire
Listen.
spiders.
This is kind of traumatizing to imagine.
and, then, and then as her bonus action, she's gonna, because she got 2-weapon fighting. I love this skill. I love it so much.
You did do a lot your turn, so I would say that probably the throwing and then the arrow would have been your 2 attacks.
Oh, never mind. That's fine.
Yeah, because you did a lot.
Stomp on the baby. Stomp on the baby.
Yeah. He's on fire. And by the way, I had to look up how many were in a swarm of spiders. It's about 1,500. So there's 1,500 little baby spiders that are, some of them are on fire, some of them aren't, like, all swarming and they're gonna start attacking. Like, they probably won't
I
live
would
for
rather
long,
pass
but,
away.
So the Will-O-Wisp is next. It is going to shock Nemmy again.
Oh, she can't-
Stop.
She's right there. What else is it gonna attack? That is a 23 to hit you.
Oh, she.
You're going to take, from this bolt of lightning that shocks you to your core, 11 lightning damage.
Oof.
Ooh, Nemmy's down. She's out.
You're
shit.
down?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So you guys hear
Hey,
Nemmy
hey.
thwomp onto the ground.
Take it back. She's up. She's up. Barely.
Okay.
She had like 1 hit point left.
Two.
2.
Two.
Okay.
Ooh,
So Nemmy's
Better.
still up, but
It's okay.
she's
It's
looking
fine.
really crispy. Like, really crispy.
Vesper got shocked as well and definitely feels it.
So after the Will-O-Wisps, the little tiny spiders go.
No!
So the swarm is going to attack the killer of their mother, Alessandra.
Great.
All these flaming little baby spiders come at you.
You just orphaned 1,500 children.
That is going to be an 18 to hit you, Alessandra.
That barely hits.
Well, that's good enough for me. Oh shit. That is going to be 15 piercing damage from 1,000 little bites.
Well, thank you for your spell. Vesper, you the best.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry I ever made fun of you.
And then Vesper.
It's my turn.
It is your turn.
Well, I am going to use my bonus. I just want to know how you're gonna play. Could I use a bonus action as an action, or are you doing it as a strict bonus action?
I was just like a bonus action. Yeah.
So, like, because I can hit with my spiritual weapon as a bonus action, but then I wanted to try and use Healing Word, which is also a bonus. So
I'll say you can do both.
okay.
I'll count one as an action and one as the bonus action.
Okay. So I'm gonna. Well, I guess I'll really see. I'm gonna try and hit the Will-O-Wisp first.
Okay.
With
Go ahead.
my spiritual weapon. I'll wind up the mace and send it flying at the Will-O-Wisp again. Hopefully, I can hit it.
20?
I can't make it up. I promise you.
My God.
Yeah, that's 26 total.
What the fuck is
Hey.
going on with Vesper ever since we started recording?
No, like
She's like, it is my time to shine, bitches.
apparently.
Okay, yeah, so that's gonna hit.
So when it really matters, she's screwed. That's all I have to say.
Probably.
So that's 16 points of damage.
16?
Yeah.
Alright, so your spiritual mace whacks this will-o-wisp once again, and when it goes down and lifts back up, the light's not there anymore. The will-o-wisp is gone.
Send a quick prayer to Celestian, and with that prayer, I will speak some healing words to Nemmy.
Healing words.
What's the healing
And
word?
say, yeah, I got with healing word. I got that will-o-wisp. You're good, and I will heal her for 7 points.
Oh, thanks.
Alright, and that will take us to the giant spiders once again. The one on Vesper tries to bite her. That is a fail. The one on Alessandra tries to bite her. I'm gonna guess that's a fail. 13.
Is a fail.
Okay. The giant spiders are still not very good at attacking, apparently. Tulip is going to look at the two opponents before her, the two spiders on either. She sees that the one on Alessandra has been hurt, so she wants to go for the big gusto and goes after the one on Vesper because it hasn't been hit yet. So she runs up next to Vesper and she whiffs. She just like overshoots. She like almost loses grip on her hand axe. And she just kind of like looks really embarrassed and flustered, like she gets really red as soon as it happens. And then it's Nemmy's turn.
Well, now that Nemmy has healed just a little bit, she is going to shoot at the one that Tulip with. 12 to hit.
Your arrow lands right between Tulip's feet.
Oh, okay. Nemmy is obviously still not doing good.
Yeah, you're in shock. You got
Still hurt.
electrocuted twice, basically. Alessandra.
Her hair looks horrible.
Okay, how many of these fire spiders are dying because they're on fire?
About half of them are gone now.
I guess say not enough.
Well, here's what Alessandra's gonna do. She's gonna take out her last flask of oil and she's just gonna dump it all over these spiders. She's gonna light her tinderbox and misty step out of there.
Okay. I'm not even gonna have you roll for that because you're just dumping fire, basically liquid fire on them is how I'm seeing it. So all the baby spiders die in a horrible flamey death, just like their mother.
Did I mention that I misty stepped on the back of the spider that I had already wounded with my rapier ready?
Oh, okay. Well, you are now on top of the giant spider, who I'm now going to canonly say that was the spider dad, just for funsies.
Oh no!
Vesper, bringing up the last of the round.
Me again?
Yes.
Oh,
That was
okay.
a quick one.
It was. I was very quick. So there's a spider on me, and there's a spider. Well, I guess Alessandra's on the spider.
Yeah, she's literally on the spider.
Literally on the spider. I'm gonna attack the one in front of me with my warhammer. I'll finally bring it out. It has not seen action since I threatened Cypress with it. So I will bring it out and try and do an overhanded swing, kind of like those carnival games, right on the spider's noggin.
Oh, heck yeah.
Ooh, 23.
23 will hit.
Yeah. 9 points of damage.
Okay, so you bring the hammer down right onto its head, and it makes this weird squish sound, and you see like ooze coming out of its body, but it's still standing, it's still ready to fight, ready to pounce again, and that will take us to that spider.
Oh no!
Who's going to try to get a revenge attack, and does, because that is a 24 to hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
You are going to take only 4 piercing, but I need you to make your con saving throw, please.
Okay, hold on. Didn't realize it would work like that. Constitution saving.
If you got a nat 20, I'm gonna scream.
8?
You fail your saving throw, so as the fangs inject themselves into your skin, you feel something course into your bloodstream. You are going to take 9 poison damage.
Okay.
And you are now paralyzed and considered poisoned. So you are paralyzed, you cannot move, and basically anything that you can do, you have disadvantage on once you are able to move.
Ah!
It's a fun little venom thing, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay, then the one on Alessandra cannot reach Alessandra because you are on its back. So it is going to try to run towards Nemmy with you on its back. So you're like riding this giant daddy spider.
My god.
It's going to try to bite Nemmy. That is a 14 to hit Nemmy.
Oh, it just hits.
So you're going to take 5 piercing damage from the bite, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, to fight off the venom.
Yeah, probably not enough. 11.
11 was just enough, actually.
Oh my god.
There you go.
So you
Oh.
fought off the venom, so it did not take hold in your system. That will take us to Tulip, who is going to suddenly realize that, like, Vesper can't move, and she's gonna really try to whack at this spider before them. She wants to pretend that she is a brave soul, but she is shaking in her boots because she is very scared, and she doesn't even really get to swing out. Like, she goes to, but she's absolutely terrified and shaking. And probably the only one who really sees this is probably Vesper, because you're the only one, like, right next to her paying attention to what she's doing. Nemmy, it is your turn. There's a giant spider before you with Alessandra atop it.
Nemmy is hurting, but so she's gonna take out her axe. Is the spider close enough to where she can reach it with
It's
with
within
her
5
axe?
feet. It ran up and bit you.
So she's gonna take her hand axe and try to hit him. 13.
Just barely misses. So just the weight of all the injuries you just taken, you just barely slice right past it.
Oh,
Alessandra.
I am gonna take my rapier and I'm gonna try and stab Daddy Spider in the face. 21.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, and that's D8. 10.
So you bring down the rapier right down into this daddy spider's head, and it squirms and it's wiggling around and it starts like kind of like moving like it doesn't have that much control of its body. It is so bloody, you think that it's gonna fall and you're gonna like have this victory landing, but it's just standing on its one last leg and it's still up.
2, I've been fighting, bitch. I'm gonna take my dagger and go again.
All right.
18.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, please, dear God, Jesus, just let this 1d6 be enough. Oh, wait, no, it's d4 for the dagger, god damn it. 6.
Right. And where were you aiming with the dagger?
Eyeball.
Eyeball. So you shove your dagger into the eyeball, and it just gushes like this weird eyeball goo / spider goo / blood, because it's huge and all this shit, and it crumples down, and you have your victory landing at last. And the spider is dead.
She's gonna shudder. She's just gonna go.
Anybody who took any temporary hit points from me, you don't have them anymore.
Tulip's hit points are gone.
I became incapacitated when I became paralyzed, and that dropped.
Vesper, it is your turn, but
Okay.
you can't do anything because you don't get to remake the saving throw because you don't like continue to take damage or anything. You're just paralyzed and poisoned.
Do I get a bonus action? It says an action and a reaction. I don't know if that counts for your bonus action. I just wanted to move my spiritual weapon and then smack it, but if I can't...
Yeah, I'm gonna say you probably can't do anything.
Okay.
Since you're like fully paralyzed, you can't.
My brain's not working, apparently!
Yeah, Vesper, you're just looking around and you can't do anything. You probably try to move your spiritual weapon and it just won't cooperate with you, and that will take us...
it's just swaying there.
Yep, that'll take us back to the giant spider. It is going to attack Tulip. It hits Tulip. She takes some damage. She's gonna make her con saving throw. She got a nat 20, that's no worry.
Oh, that's my girl.
And that will take us to Tulip, who's going to whack the spider again, or attempt to. She's really freaking out. She goes to swing and her hand's just absolutely shaking. She's terrified because it like bit her again and she's not doing too well. And she misses. Nemmy.
Nemmy is gonna take out her longbow and try to shoot this one.
Go ahead and see if your aim aims true.
17.
A 17 will hit.
Oh, thank goodness.
Wait. 8 damage.
8. Okay. So the arrow lodges itself in its head. It is still standing, but you did a good amount of damage. That will take us to Alessandra.
Alessandra, does she see that Nemmy fired her longbow?
Yeah.
Alright, Alessandra's just gonna notch another bolt in her crossbow and aim for the head as well. She's gonna try and go for an eye, though, because she saw what it did. So she lines it up to hit the eye, and this time she's out of the range of fire, and that is 23.
23
I'm not
will
even
hit.
I'm not even kidding. I rolled a 19 and then it's a +4 mod. And then the crossbow bolt is 1d6. 4.
This giant spider is now bloodied, and you see it gets lodged in the eye, and that eye explodes just like the other one did.
She's gonna shudder again and kind of like go.
We're skipping Vesper once again because she is paralyzed. Back to the giant spider, who is going to... Okay, so it lifts its legs up a little bit and like sticks its adamant between its legs to try to shoot a web at Tulip. The web shoots and just goes right past Tulip and lands like in a bush, so it misses. Tulip, like, sees that happen. She, like, looks at the back at the, at the bush, and when she, like, kind of turns around to look at it, Nemmy and Alessandra, because you're kind of standing, like, further back beside each other, you kind of see how, like, terrified she looks, and her eyes are super wide, but she tries to whack it again, but her fear is definitely getting the best of her. Nemmy,
Nemmy is going to try to shoot it again in the head.
go for it.
13.
No, that does not hit.
Oh, dang.
Alessandra.
She's going to notch her crossbow again, and she's going to aim for another eye. She's going to put out as many eyes as she can. Please, dear dice gods. 20.
20 will hit.
I'm loving this new crossbow. 2.
So the bolt does land, but doesn't go into an eyeball. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and the spider is currently still standing.
Oh, and as she's launching this, she's going to say, Tulip, get back. She's going to scream it more like she's going to just scream, Tulip, get back, as she fires the crossbow bolt.
And we'll see if Tulip listens on her turn. So the giant spider goes again. We'll try to bite at Tulip. Succeeds once again. So Tulip's going to take some piercing damage. And she's got to make another con saving throw. She succeeds, so that's not an issue. She's not looking great, though. She looks like she could fall over at any minute. Tulip gets a turn. So Tulip, she's going to disengage so she doesn't take an attack of opportunity from the spider. And she just, like, backwards runs towards you guys and, like, kind of hides behind you and Nemmy. And that will be her turn. Nemmy.
Nemmy is going to attempt to shoot. Again, she's so determined. You could tell that her shoulders are killing her. She's trying. Dirty 20.
You hit.
Sweet. 8 damage again.
Alright, so your arrow goes, like, right between, like, the sets of eyes and, like, inserts itself all the way into the spider head, and the spider collapses, and we are out of initiative.
Okay, with that, Nemmy dramatically falls down, and she just lies in the grass, like she is resting.
Alessandra remembers that Vesper has healing potions in her bag from Foundall, and she's going to run over and she's just going to, like, dig it out and just pour it in Vesper's mouth.
No!
There's no way to stop me!
I'm paralyzed! Can you even open my mouth?
So you'd have to pry open her mouth to get her to take it.
I'm stirring her down. I'm just like, don't do it.
Do you pry open her mouth?
So she's staring me down and be like, I don't know what else to do. And she's just gonna stare at Vesper like, what do you want me to do?
How long does the paralyzation last?
Can she blink? Can she blink?
You don't know.
Can she blink?
I guess yeah, she would blink, but that's probably about it. She can't talk.
Alessandra's gonna say, blink once for yes, twice for no. Do you want this healing potion?
I blinked twice.
Oh, and she's gonna nod and say, okay. Should I do something in a way to get you out of... And she's gonna wave her hand kind of over Vesper's body and be like, this?
I blink once.
She's gonna kind of, like, throw her head back and be like, what do you want me to do? Should I use my healing potion?
Am I just standing there, or did I, like, fall down?
You got paralyzed in place.
Okay. I just didn't know if I would be overbalanced and just, like, tip forward. Anyway, I'm gonna look down as much as I can and try and, like, get her to go for my bag.
I'll roll perception to see if I notice. Yep, that is a 19.
You pick up what she's trying to say.
Okay, she's gonna pick up.
It's an antitoxin, it's not a thing. Never mind, I don't have anything.
She's gonna pick up the bag anyway, and she's gonna hold it and be like, is there something in here I can use?
I will blink once. Charades over here.
Alessandra's gonna start digging through and just holding up various implements until she gets to the right one.
Well, I was going for the antitoxin, but after reading it, it's that you have advantage on saving throws against poison, not necessarily that.
Yeah, it doesn't cure it. So,
you will eventually get to the antitoxin, and then I'm just like, oh no, never mind.
Alessandra's just gonna put the vial back in the bag, set the bag down, and just turn around, walk away from Vesper, and go check on Tulip.
So you leave just Vesper standing by herself,
I-
paralyzed.
My head, just
Face-
like trying to think of a way out.
She's literally she's frustrated with Vesper. She's like tried to save her, but like, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna go check on Tulip. And she's gonna go check on Tulip and Nemmy.
You can roll an intelligence check, Vesper, to see if you can figure out how long this is gonna last or if a way
Again,
out.
I don't make smart characters.
I know, but
That's a 2.
it's a 2. Yeah, you're
That's
just
a
freaking out
2.
because you can't move, maybe. I don't know. You don't have any ideas. But Alessandra, when you walk over to Tulip, she's literally just standing there next to Nemmy, who sat down, exhausted. And she's just standing there. She has her hand axe, like, holding it like a baseball bat. And she's just, like, shaking.
Alessandra's gonna put her hand on Tulip's shoulder and say, "It's okay. They're gone now."
A persuasion check.
Yes! Okay, so that's a +6, and it's 17 plus 6, so...
Yeah, she, like, slowly stops shaking and loosens her grip on her hand axe, and she, like, finally makes eye contact with you, and she says, "Oh, okay." And then she just collapses on the ground and sits down next to Nemmy.
And then Alessandra's gonna kneel down next to Nemmy and say, "Have you seen anything like this?"
She's gonna look at her and she's gonna look so tired and she's gonna never seen anything like that before. All I know is that I got electrocuted. She's gonna be like, ugh. She's gonna lay her head on the grass.
Alessandra's going to look over Tulip. She's still good. She has 12 hit points. She's fine. She's gonna look over Tulip to make sure like there are no visible like injuries that are currently bleeding.
Oh, she has some deep injuries currently bleeding. She does not look good.
Alright. Damn it, Tulip. She's gonna take her healing potion out of her bag and hand it to Tulip.
So she'll take it from you, she uncorks it, and she'll drink it. It's just a regular healing potion?
Yeah.
She's going to get, she gets 6 hit points back.
Then she's gonna walk back over to Vesper. Can I roll intelligence? See maybe if I've encountered anything like this in my
Yes, you can.
Holy shit, no fucking way.
Did you get a nat 20?
I got 18, but my intelligence mod is +2, so it's 20.
Dirty 20.
So yeah, you must have at some point in your travels, in your days, you either saw giant spiders or fought them or whatever, but you know that if you get poisoned by them, it lasts for an hour. And you have to have that, like, certain anti-venom, I guess. You have to have, like, this one for giant spiders for it to go away, or it will just last for an hour, and she just will not be able to move for an hour. Because that's how they feed.
Alessandra's gonna look at Vesper and say, "Well, you are stuck like this for an hour because I don't have any anti-venom. Do you? Blink once for yes, twice for no."
Blink twice. And try
Alessandra's
not to panic.
Alessandra's gonna say, "Keep calm," and then she's going to look over at Nemmy and Tulip and say, "Let's see if we can move someplace a little safer until Vesper's okay."
Sure. Nemmy's gonna slowly get up, walk over. Yes, are they gonna like team lift her?
Yes, they're gonna have to team lift her. She can't walk.
So Nemmy and Alessandra, go ahead and give me strength checks to see if you can lift Vesper, and then after that, that'll be it. We'll find a safe spot next time.
13.
Oh yeah, no, she's not lifted. Nothing. 10.
So how heavy is Vesper? I know she wears some sort of armor.
Oh, she's at least 200 pounds with her armor and everything.
Okay, so with your rolls, you can't get her. You probably accidentally tip her over, and then Alessandra, since your roll was higher, you were able to support her for a little bit, so she didn't crack her head or anything. But you just lay Vesper down in the grass, and you can't move her from there.
Alessandra's gonna lean over and say, "Vesper, you're not gonna like this," and she's gonna start taking Vesper's armor off.
Before we go there, we're gonna just say that you lay Vesper down. You threaten to take Vesper's armor off, and that's where we end. Cut to black.
Vesper is fuming.
Of course she
What are
is.
we supposed to do?
Fuming.
What are
Good
we
first
supposed
battle,
to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nemmy almost died. What a battle.
Alessandra was great. She was fine.
Alessandra was a spider killer.
Fires.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they deal with Vesper for an hour with her not being able to do anything. And I'm pretty sure Tulip
Yeah,
is
well,
traumatized.
Are
for
you not wearing clothes under your armor,
every
Vesper? Is that what this is?
No, she's wearing clothes, but
We're not gonna leave your armor. I'll make Nemmy carry it. And I'll just carry you fireman style out of
she's
there.
like, I like to imagine Vesper as She-Ra. I feel like that is the best way. Not Adora,
yeah,
but She-Ra.
okay.
Well, does anyone have anything they want to plug or say? Wrapping up statements in character or not?
Vesper is just thinking, if she gets this armor off, I'm killing her later. No.
Alessandra's really struggling. She's like, I want to say get Vesper out of here, but I don't want to die at the same time. Alessandra's perfectly aware that Vesper is going to kill her eventually.
Oh.
Alright, so with that, thank you guys for listening. If you want to follow us on any of our social medias, we are on Instagram at Maidens of Mayhem Pod and on Twitter at Maiden Mayhem Pod. So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. You wanna talk about the birds and the bees with Vesper? Vesper, quote unquote, lady killer Aurvandall.
Unless you got some magic spell, I don't think Vesper can get a chick pregnant.
You don't know her.